What's up guys, back with another crypto update. We got a bunch to go over. We're going to first start off with this, a very bold Bitcoin price prediction from Robert Kiyosaki, saying that Bitcoin will be $350,000 by August 25th, 2024, in the next couple months. So we're seeing a bunch of bold predictions across the space from different big names. I would just be really surprised to see 350K in that short of a period. Could we reach that level in the future? Yes, I just don't know if it draws that quickly. And I explained in previous videos, at this point in the cycle, after the Bitcoin halving, I absolutely believe that Bitcoin goes well over 100K, but we need to see the momentum actually rise, we need to see confirmation, and for liquidity to enter, so we need something to happen. So I went over the Bitcoin price chart previously, looking at the monthly and the weekly RSI, and staying above 58,000 until we see that first major move. And keep in mind, last cycle, in December of 2020, around December 14th, even December 28th, when the total market cap exploded and Bitcoin dominance crashed, this is when we saw Bitcoin's first major move, and the fear and greed index was over 90 at this time, so we're not even up there. For me, at least, looking at the alt market, looking at total 2 and total 3, I think that sentiment and interest are almost at like really low levels, and that interests me. So Kiyosaki basically explains that he's confident Bitcoin will hit 350K sometime in 2024. It's only a target, a dream, and a wish. And really more so focused on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Why am I so confident? Is it because I'm certain about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana? My answer is no. What I'm confident of is the incompetence of our leaders. The President, Treasury Secretary, and the Fed Chair. And I'll be referring back to Raoul Pal's liquidity index. I know he is big on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana for this cycle being safer bets. And for alts like Solana, of course, I'm kicking myself in hindsight because I could have gotten a 20x. I trade it with the DCA bots, but I could have just made so much more. But even at these times, I'm just not really interested in it with large holdings, but I see a lot of people are. So for any Solana bulls out there, I get it. The trend is exceptionally strong, which is a great sign. It is closer to its all-time high price than a variety of other assets, the potential probability of a spot ETF for Solana, etc. And the market cap's a lot smaller than ETH, so I mean, if ETH really runs, maybe Solana does have a higher ROI. I'm just much more interested in other assets because I believe their market caps are smaller and they eventually get that volume. But it's a game of holding multiple assets and hopefully holding assets that perform in the cycle, ideally some assets that move first and others that move later. So per usual, take everything with a grain of salt. It's all noise until we see Bitcoin draw its first major move. That's the official confirmation I want to see, provided we stay above the 8-month EMA around 58,000. And I'll be keeping tabs on Raoul's total liquidity index for Bitcoin, seeing 230,000, 400K, 280, 200, etc. And I think across the board, we're seeing a lot of people just recommend Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana assets in the top 5, which I get it. Really big names aren't going to be talking about low caps. They don't want to risk it, of course. I just believe there will be assets that perform this cycle that have a much higher ROI than Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Next up, I wanted to play a quick clip of Brad Garlinghouse over on Fox Business.
What about an XRP ETF? You were speaking at the Consensus 2024 conference just a week ago, and you said, inevitable, not just for XRP, but Solana and Cardano, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But XRP in particular, the SEC has tried to throw you down in court.
Yeah.
Don't you think that Gensler and company might just say, now that one, no way?
I think it's a hard argument for them to win. I mean, can they make life difficult? They've made life difficult for a lot of people, then they've lost in court. What I was talking about at the Consensus conference last week in Austin was that people don't want just exposure to one commodity. So if you have exposure to gold, you might want exposure to silver. If you have exposure to other commodities. And so to me, it only makes sense. You don't want to have just a single threaded asset exposure. So I think people also forget that it wasn't that long ago, before the SEC got involved, that XRP was the second most valuable digital asset. That was before the SEC kind of anointed ETH. Then they couldn't answer the question, is ETH a security or not, and now they've approved the ETF. They contradict each other. It's very difficult.
Okay, XRP ETF, when?
I think we're going to see it, I think it'll probably be 2025.
Next year?
Yeah,
all right.
Not too far away.
Good to see you. We'll see if that happens.
So I thought that was interesting, and big thanks per usual to Good Morning Crypto for sharing these clips. Next up. Yesterday, Ripple partners with Clear Junction to enhance UK and EU cross-border payments. So Clear Junction, the global leader in cross-border payment solutions for regulated institutions. The partnership will see Clear Junction facilitating instant and secure pound and euro denominated payout coverage for Ripple's payments customers. And a host of new currencies are scheduled to be switched on for Ripple customers later this year. So able to support all of their use cases, including different currencies, the pound and euro payout coverage for their clients, sending payments into the UK and the EU. We know the FCA in the United Kingdom, the Financial Conduct Authority, and a while back they also went out and said that XRP is not a security. So Clear Junction gained ISO 27001 certification, the highest global data security standard that businesses can achieve, as further evidence to the operational security principles it is committed to. So we'll keep tabs on this. They said this is the beginning of their partnership. We can see Ripple serves customers in over 55 countries on 6 continents with payout capabilities in over 80 markets, representing more than 90% of the global FX market, which is $5-6 trillion per day. So per usual, their payout capabilities are big, but we actually need to see some volume running. For anybody that missed this, we had Masari put out the State of the XRP Ledger Q1 report, so a bunch of good information similar to the Hedera report, so a bunch of good metrics. We have some highlights for Casper. I also saw Anthony Scaramucci of Skybridge Capital highlighting Casper Labs and IBM with Prove AI, which should be launching. We have the Actus Research Conference that was sponsored by Casper, the Prove AI announcement at the IBM Think event. Casper is live on CoinStore, so a crypto exchange in Asia. We have the ODRA framework. We also have Fondant, the Casper testing framework. We had Mark Greenslade from Research and Development over at Casper presenting at the ZK Proof event in Berlin, discussing ZK Actus or Zero Knowledge Actus towards verifiable financial contracts. So ZK technology, ZK proofs are going to be huge. So a full 15-minute session if you want to check this out. Different giveaways. And really just looking forward to more documentation and insights about Casper 2.0 or the Condor upgrade. So the way the Casper protocol will operate in the future is going to be completely different. So I'm looking forward to the gas mechanism, the fee elimination feature, and I really want to understand it. So for enterprises that want to process transactions on Casper Network, you have to lock a certain amount of Casper up, say for 10 days. And that Casper gets released back to you, but as the application scales, you're processing more and more transactions, you have to acquire more Casper. And if you've ever listened to Meta Parlikar, she's really intelligent discussing the gas market. I believe in the recent developer call that I shared discussing, what's his name? Matt Doty or something, discussing the gas market. So the concept is that this can actually really increase the amount of Casper that's required, which can also protect the network from spam and DDoS attacks. And I think they're trying to find the perfect combination between security and convenience. And the features of Casper 2.0, unifying accounts and contracts, all these other things will far exceed even Ethereum 3.0, which is still far away. So I believe in Casper, I believe in its potential, its partnerships, and the coming applications of Actus and Prove AI, but we need to see mainnet deployments with this new gas model. The theory is that this would drive much more demand towards the Casper token. We're going to see a bunch of FUD about this. People will say, oh, it doesn't need Casper. They haven't read the documentation. They haven't watched the videos. It requires Casper for transactions. But what's exciting about this for me is I like HBAR, but even Casper at 1 billion transactions on its mainnet versus HBAR, which is absolutely killing it, would be huge demand for the token. The bulk of these transactions on Hedera's mainnet are Hedera's consensus service, and this requires HBAR, but very small amounts. Actual applications on Casper, when we get them, would be huge, so that's what I'm betting on. So simply waiting on price action. I know the longer we are at lows or the longer we crash, the lower sentiment will be, but I know how quickly things can change, especially when we see each cycle Bitcoin dominance crash leading to alt season. Alright, we got a bunch to go over in future videos. We'll finish up with a few more things. I am on day 5, my final day of this fast. It's a prolonged fast, so it's a lot easier than a normal fast. I've done it before, but man, am I starting to get a little tired and pretty hungry. We have right here Hashpack. The PAC token will be listed on Gate.io, one of the world's leading tier 1 exchanges with over $3 billion in daily volume. So a big token on Hedera. I believe when HBAR performs, that PAC will do really well. So around a $10 million market cap today, they are going to be adding the current circulating supply and the accurate market cap to CoinMarketCap along with CoinGecko in the future. So looking forward to that. I expect some crazy volatility, and I know how Sauce later performed, another HTS token, when Hedera retraced. So I'm definitely interested in the future of PAC. I expect a lot of big announcements in the future. And last but not least, guys, we have an announcement from iTrustCapital for anybody that has an existing crypto IRA with another provider. Bitcoin IRA, Unchained, Choice IRA, etc. So for anybody that transfers their crypto IRA to iTrustCapital, they get a $250 reward. And I'm really looking forward to a lot of the features they're going to be announcing later this year. And you guys can find that link just following iTrustCapital on Twitter, and they made the announcement right there. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and big thanks to all that hit the like button. I'm going to eat a bunch of food tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description, with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.